We are live. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday from Nilda.
Happy Sunday. Welcome, everybody. I know we took a couple weeks off. We had a lot of stuff going on, but we have a lot of news or products actually today, more products than anything else to review on our podcast. For those of you who are joining us the very first time, this is EBP Man and
Nilda.
And we cover every Sunday. We try to every Sunday. We haven't covered it the last couple of Sundays, but we had a break and I've been traveling. We cover tech news and reviews, and all the reviews that have been on the channel for the week, we try to give you an opportunity to ask questions about those products because we cover quite a variety of technology on the channel. And this is going to give you a fantastic opportunity to learn more about some of the tech that we're reviewing. Matter of fact, we have a full list of the product, and I went ahead and I put it in the chat so you can see everything that we're going to talk about. There's just a lot to talk about. So we're going to get right to
2 weeks worth of stuff.
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks of product.
Yes.
So Nilda, how have you been over the last couple of weeks before we kick things off?
Recovering from foot, been having problems with my foot, so. But I've been good. It's just dealing with a lot of the stuff that are coming in, dealing with my Etsy store. Just been a lot of fun.
Let's talk about that. So we have been talking a lot about side hustles, starting your own small business. We talked about laser engraving quite a bit. We talk about 3D printing also on this channel quite a bit. And we basically have also been sharing ideas, concepts, talking to a lot of people, right? You have been.
I have been this whole week. I feel like that's all I've been talking about. And so many people are, thinking of doing it. But, again, I try to advise them as to, what they're looking to do, what they want to accomplish. They got to do their homework before, getting into something like that. But yeah, I've been having conversations pretty much every day. And to see a lot of people show a lot of interest in starting a side hustle.
There is. And a couple of the products that we've been looking at, just and we're going to go into the products, because this is really going to highlight. We will talk about one of the lasers that we have reviewed on the channel. And it falls into one of our favorite categories and one of our favorite companies. But we also work with a lot of companies. So we work with a couple 3D printing companies, and then several laser companies. And we've been really working on coming up with a woman in lasering, right? Podcast.
So far we
Women
have 2.
Who laser.
Yes, women who laser.
Yes.
Zzz, not just with their eyes.
It's not what you're like. So
but yes.
And talk. Let's plug in that podcast, and then also what you're doing on your Etsy store before we kick things off. Go ahead.
You want to talk about the podcast with the ladies?
Yeah, let's talk about, and also your Etsy store so that we can let folks know. And by the way, the Etsy store link is in the description, so you guys can check it out. And why don't you go ahead and talk about both of your journeys in those areas?
Well, it's again, like we said before, it started off as a test, and a test turned into something that I'm actually enjoying quite a lot. And sharing my experiences with other, just with people, with women, and then to see them jump in and start their own side hustle and doing extremely well. So we are planning to bring them on the podcast. I will be hosting. So yeah, and then we'll be talking about, why they got started, what's their goal, what did they do, what's, kind of like share some of their secrets, and you just, take it from there. And that's what I will we plan on doing. So, but the Etsy store is doing very, very well. We've been in the open for 8 weeks, and we had more than close to 700 sales. So very happy about that.
Yeah. So that is great news. And a couple things that we're going to be talking about today. It is like headphones and earbud season. There's been a lot of headphones, a lot of earbuds. Actually, on the 1st, November 1st, there's going to be several embargo products that are going to be coming out on the channel that we've been reviewing that we can't speak about. But I do have.
You didn't tell me because I tend to say stuff. I don't even know the names.
Nilda doesn't even know the names of the products, so they were keeping it from her. Loose
Sig chips.
So a couple things. We're going to go ahead, and there's a question up there. Do you want to bring that question up, and then we'll go ahead? So I'll go ahead and do it since you're having some technical problems.
Yeah, log off on me.
So there's a question there, and it says, if you were to choose between an over-ear Bluetooth headphones, Bose or Sony's, which one would I go with? So, here's what I'll say. This is a great question. I would say, wait. I think it's going to kill me.
Why?
Wait.
Why?
Because Sony hasn't yet released their next generation headphone. So Bose has, right? And we've been testing out the Bose. They have their new Quiet Comfort line, both the earbuds, which we have, and then they also came with their over-ear headphones. And if I were to say, look at the previous year Sony and I look at the new Bose, I'm always going to go with the latest version, right? Because there's always some improvements, unless it's an upgrade that was just something that was incremental and it's just not worth the money. So I want to wait to see what Sony does. So Sony should be coming out with their next gen, and I want to see what they sound like. They already have done their earbuds. I want to see what they do with their over the ear. So what I would say, is it Navik? I would say wait until, just give it a couple more weeks, maybe a little bit more than a month, for Sony to announce their latest. And then I can give you an opinion, because I don't want you to have buyer's remorse. You can go ahead and buy them, and then all of a sudden the next gen of Sony comes out, and then you basically would lose out on those, right? So let's talk about all of the products that we have going on in the channel. The first one, and I'm not going to go in any specific order. I'm going to go over, since you're talking about lasers, let's talk about the latest laser. And I'm going to bring it up while we talk about the Xtool S1 laser engraver. This is a diode laser. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you saw, and then I'll bring up something that we can cover.
We've covered the Xtool P2 in the past, and that is a monster machine. That has a, what do we call that? You can attach
the conveyor?
The conveyor belt.
Yep.
It's so big that you need like a huge room to do that. But this one, the S1, is a mini version of it. Enclosed, does pretty much a lot what the P2 does. It's just much smaller. And only thing I'd say is doesn't have a camera. Other than that, I think it does a beautiful work. It does some beautiful laser engraving. And it comes with a 20 watt and a 40 watt. You can choose, right?
Yeah.
And am I wrong to say that if you buy the 20, you can upgrade to the 40 later?
Yeah. Yep. No, you can. And I would actually recommend that you get the laser that makes sense for you, as opposed to upgrading. I'm going to go ahead and bring up this guy right here, who I happen to know, and I actually trust this guy. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, no, he looks like scary.
Yeah, scary. So what you see right here is the S1. Now, we've been testing this for quite some time. We have a great relationship with the folks from Xtool. Shout out to the Xtool team.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Great team that just have, this is one of the companies that I would say, when it comes to innovation, and I think about go-to-market, and I think about all the things that you should be doing, listening to your users, your user base, Xtool has it. They basically listen. They make changes.
They do.
You know this, that there's been suggestions that I've made to their software, and they put it in.
They put it in.
And not just in my case, since I'm an influencer, but also the community. They do monitor the community, and they are just kicking out product like crazy. So this product right here is the Xtool S1. It's a diode laser. You're right. You can get it in 2040, and you could also get a 2 watt. It's a 2 watt version that is specifically for metal engraving.
Okay.
So, but you can switch if you want. You can go from 20 to 40 to 2. But what I would recommend is get the laser that you're going to need based on the material that you're going to cut. The 40 watt is going to allow you to cut thicker material, and it's a little bit faster because it has more power versus the 20. Now, the one thing I will say is that the 20 watt has finer detail. So it really depends on what you're looking for. So do a little bit of research. We actually have the 40. I'm going to let this video play for a little bit. It's going to be in sign up so that we can actually see what's going on here. But it is small. It's compact. It's even
small compared to the P2.
Compared to the P2, and it's actually more affordable.
It is.
It's actually more affordable. And when Nilda talks with the other two ladies on their journey on laser engraving,
so cute.
you can actually pay off one of these devices with one job if you have a decent sized job that you have. That's how much money you can make laser engraving, and then also the laser itself. So you also see I have a jig in my hand, and we also make jigs. Nilda uses the laser she has for her Etsy store, and then what I do is I design some of the jigs to make her life easy. And this is one of the jigs for it. She makes a lot of products for realtors, for closing gifts. And she'll do slates, she'll do coasters, she'll do cutting boards. She actually has, you have
keychains, and
you have something that you're working on today, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm working on a cutting board.
So what is your closing gift that you're working on now?
I'm working on a cutting board and coaster set.
Right.
So, yeah.
And so what you're seeing right here is the laser itself and how the laser works. And this is a brand new laser. We have in the description, and I put it in the chat, if you're interested in considering going into laser engraving, large format laser, and when I say large, not like huge large, but large enough, right, where you will be able to do large items like this, like cutting boards, you can cut acrylic, you can cut glass. I have some reviews coming where you can see some really cool stuff that I've done with it. This is going to be the laser that you'll want to get because it's simple, it's easy, and it doesn't require a lot of expertise. There's very low maintenance to it, and all the details.
I can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yes, well, you're much smarter.
I'm giving myself another credit, right?
Person for sure. But it's super easy to use, guys. So this is one of the products, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward so you can see what we ended up. I didn't have all the settings down, so I overpowered the wood somewhat. So you'll notice how I got deeper than I'd like to, but it's still a great laser. Discounts, you get special discounts using our code. Check it out. It is something that I would recommend. And it's one of the products that we've been having a lot of fun with on the channel. And you can do a lot of things. So let me show you one more thing. I'm gonna go back to the video really quick. You could even do wallets on this one. So if you're looking at wallets, this is one of my other jigs. Metal wallets. You can do all these wallets at the same time. And these things are super popular. These are these super compact wallets. They super popular at stores and
we gave that out for a kid's party and that disappeared.
It went really fast. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is we were very fortunate. Another supporter of our channel is Bambu Lab.
Oh, so
they're really, really great. And I'll give a shout out to Candace. She took care of us. We were looking towards the brand new, they have the Bambu A1 Mini. And this thing is a small 3D printer.
But it's so quiet.
Why don't you talk about what you've observed? I'll bring
it
up the
is
video.
So quiet, super fast, and it throws a lot of poo.
I like that. That's the thing that you highlight the most.
It's like the first thing I'm like, oh my god, this thing throws a lot of poo because it does a filament because it does different colors. You can do up to what 4 colors at the same time.
Yeah.
And again, when it turns on, it puts on this little like music, like you're playing a video game. And then it starts off again very quiet, and then once it's done, it plays. It lets you know that it's done by playing another, music in the background. It's just super cute. You can only do one thing at a time.
Well, check it out. We're gonna let this video play in the background. This is also quiet, but this is what you're seeing right here is the Bambu A1 Mini. So who is this for? This is a small format printer that is for anyone who wants to get into 3D printing, even the first 3D, someone who's interested in getting into 3D printing for the very first time. Now you'll notice on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, there's these Nike Air gym shoes. That is a nightlight. That is a nightlight that I was printing that with some LEDs will light up, and that was printed on this printer. So you notice how sharp that looks. One of the things that you always do when you're doing testing for 3D printing is you do a little benchy, and it printed that benchy, I want to say in 13 to 14 minutes. Very, very fast. But you notice again how small it is. This has been living in our living room. Actually, no, this is our formal dining room.
I'm about to evict it. But
here's the thing: it doesn't.
It's in my dining room table.
I know. I'm gonna move it. I'm probably gonna move it into our studio because I like the fact that the bed is really small, guys. That's the one thing. So it's a tiny bed, and you can see it right there. But it's great for prototyping. And I do a lot of prototyping. A lot of prototyping. I don't know if we have. Well, I'll grab one of these. So these are some of the things. I'll bring us back on camera so you can see us. So this is what Nilda has on her store. This is a jig, right?
It makes people's lives easier for engraving.
Makes people's life easier. It's a little bit dirty on the back, so we'll show you the front. So this is a jig right here. And this fits perfectly, like one of these fits perfectly on that machine. And it just prints it really fast. This on a normal printer could take, I don't know, 5-6 hours. On that printer, it takes under an hour.
I was like, it's got to be about 40 minutes.
Yeah. And the quality is superb.
It's so good.
The quality is superb. I'm going to bring this back again on camera so you can see it. Notice, look how great that looks. When Nilda's customers get these jigs, right? We get great reviews. They look like they were professionally printed with like an injection mold type solution because they're so clean.
This is a prototype, right? You said?
And no, this is actually one that we just recently designed for the. Which one is it?
Is this for the coins, the wood coins?
That's for the wood coins. Okay. So we have the links to this product. If you're interested in 3D printing and you want a 3D printer that just works right out of the box, a 3D printer that basically has multiple colors, right? Because at the back of it, it has this machine that you see in the back that basically has up to 4 different spools can be put onto it to get that multicolor view. If you want something that requires little to no 3D printing knowledge, literally you're looking like for an appliance, this is the machine to get.
How much is that one?
It is, I think it's starting around $300 all the way up to $600. Let's just check and see. We'll go onto the Bambu website. I have links, guys, in the description area for everybody to look.
I know a lot of people wanting to get into 3D printing, and I would highly recommend this one.
Yeah, this is great for, look at $299. Yeah, $299. Now you'll notice that it's $509. But it's $509 because it includes this color kit that you see right here. The color kit, personally, I think that the color kit, especially if you're dealing with a home with kids, it's the best thing you can do because you can print things without having to paint them.
That's true.
So it's the way to go. But if you don't want it, if you just want the machine itself, right? It drops down to $299, and then so let me show you. So if I just do the machine itself, it's $299. This is going to print with 1 spool, and it's okay if you want to start here. But if you want to be able to get
the multicolor,
right, that's going to bring you up a little bit more, right? And then if you wanted the mega combo, which is the mega combo includes all of these parts, extra parts, right, with the PEI sheet, then you can spend up to $500 on this.
That's still not bad.
For a 3D printer of this quality,
Christmas is around the corner, people.
For a 3D printer for that quality, it's a very good thing.
Great Christmas gift.
And please, guys, support us by. Doesn't cost you anything to use our links. Check out our links. The next thing that I wanted to share with you, and
wow, Victor. It's like wow.
The next thing I wanted to talk about is, and we're gonna stay on 3D printing line. If you're somebody who's looking for a fast 3D printer, and you want a 3D printer that is large, and we're talking about cosplay. So if you know someone who's into cosplay and you'd like to get them into, and we have a lot of friends that are, right? And let's put it this way. Now, I don't know if we'll have time this year, but we typically print our Halloween masks.
This year we're not doing that.
Right?
My Halloween mask is my boot.
It's your boot. So we typically print our Halloween masks, and the Halloween masks, we print them ourselves. So if you would like to have a full Mandalorian armor suit, you can print it on this printer. If you want to have a helmet, like for your noggin,
anime,
right, you'd be able to do it. This is the large one. This is another supporter of our channel. We really appreciate ELEGOO. And let me go ahead and switch over to so that you guys can see it. We'll go ahead and I'll fast forward in this video, and you're gonna see what I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit. So we have throughout our whole house ghosts, and look how big this ghost is, right? So this thing is so big that I printed this guy in our garage, and he's ginormous. And talk about how you have these ghosts set up. What do you have inside of them?
I have little lights that turn on. So I have the orange light, ones of different colors, the white light. So just to give it the effect. For that one, well, unfortunately, we had something happen to it, but I would have needed to spend like 15 lights. Yeah. Just because that thing was huge. It was like about this tall.
Yeah, it is really big. This again, you can print a statue on it.
How long did it take for this to print?
I don't know because I did it
at night, right?
I just went to bed and I just let it run. But the whole thing about this is that this prints at 500 millimeters per second. It is crazy fast. It has fantastic quality. It is smart. Just like right now, 3D printers, before, when you get a 3D printer, and Nilda knows this, I spend days tinkering. And it was like you didn't have a life. If you were a 3D printer, you just didn't have a life because you had to work so much on it.
Yeah. Hey, guess who joined us? Ling.
Hey, Ling.
Hey, Ling.
So now Ling has multiple 3D printers, and her daughter is into cosplay. She has the Bambu, and I would say that the Bambu lab printer for her, the X1C, changed their lives. So Ling, let us know how your experience has been with the X1 Carbon, which is larger than the A1 Mini that we saw, so that we can share with you what her experience has been. But her daughter is a big time cosplayer, but she does.
Oh man, she does amazing work. She should get paid for what she does.
She does, and she has great followers too. So we can go ahead and plug her Instagram and her socials once Ling comments and gives us her details. But again, take a look at the quality. This machine is a great machine. This is, again, for someone who wants large format, this is the machine to go with, and it's also incredibly affordable given all the features that you get from it. So we're gonna continue on our journey with 3D printing, and the next one we got more because we just got so many products that came in. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up another one. Now this company has been doing printers for a very long time, and they really specialize in the educational area. We have, I don't know, about 4 or 5 of them. We've been having a lot of their printers. Also appreciate, again, their support on the channel. And they've been positioning this printer like an appliance. I've used that term a couple times.
We actually have it in our kitchen.
Talk about how it was having dinner with a 3D printer printing, and what did you hear or not hear? I
didn't hear anything. Like literally, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
We were able to have conversations because we have a couple 3D printers that make noise. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I have to talk over it. But this one was like on our counter. We're in the middle of eating, and would have thought that it was actually printing something.
So my wife Nilda is very special. So special to me.
Oh,
like this, because you're special to me because the printer came in, and I was really excited. I was talking with our rep from FlashForge for quite some time, and we've been waiting for this printer to come in. And it comes in, and just like it's Christmas for me all the time, right? So I open up the box, and I put it on our island in our kitchen, right on our countertop where our sink is. I have this cord plugged in, extending to the outlet.
I have to walk around everything.
And she's walking around, and we're going to have dinner, and I have to start this up. And this thing is printing, and it's printing under 50 decibels of noise. Now, the A1 Mini is quiet, and this says step aside because this is super quiet. Let me go ahead and bring up the screen so you can see what this printer looks like. And this is another great printer. The only difference with this printer is that it doesn't do multicolor, right? It's a single color device. But notice the speed, 500 millimeters per second, and then 20,000 millimeters per second acceleration. No joke, this thing is fast. It also is enclosed. It is quiet, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. Let me bring it in so you can see it. So you can see, no joke, this is where it was when we were eating.
Right on the kitchen counter.
Right on the kitchen counter, and it actually stood on the kitchen counter for a couple of days. That's why I say Nilda's a saint. Because I didn't move it. I just wanted to leave it there, and we could run prints, and you could watch TV. We're basically eating feet away from this thing. And the cool thing about this is that this printer has a HEPA filter. It has all these different carbon filters. So this is safe for you to have in a common area. You could put this, if you don't have a dedicated space for 3D printing, this is going to be a 3D printer that could go in a nice little corner, and you're printing things and you won't even know it. It doesn't make any noise either. So like the A1 Mini does literally it sounds like a Nintendo and Atari.
Yeah.
And when it starts up, and you can turn it off, but it's just cool that you do that.
Leave it on.
So this one right here is another great printer. All of these products, links in the description. You can get some of these. You can get them on Amazon. Some of them you can't. If you're thinking about a gift for someone this holiday, these machines are fantastic machines. Great machines.
Give them something that they can turn around and make money off of it.
Well, yeah, you can.
That's the way
you can definitely turn this into a swamp. Look how quiet this is. Look at this.
Look
at quiet library.
Honestly, 42. I wasn't even bothered.
And I was talking. So as soon as I get quiet, notice 38 decibels. See how quickly it drops? This is how quiet this is. I don't know how they did it and how they made it go that fast. it has to be magic, some type of electronic magic. It's just really, really, really good. So it's something, and so here we go. Look at this. Ling talks about her Bambu, right? So
don't they have like two?
She has one Bambu. She has a Nilda, and I forgot there's another one that she has as well. So great printer. And I remember when she got the printer
it was for her daughter for
daughter,
Christmas gift.
Someone's husband was hogging it up. It wasn't me.
We're not talking about Ling's husband.
No, we're not. We're not. You know,
no,
he
not
who
Mark.
shall not be named.
Oh, sorry, I just said his name.
So, anyways, great. You know, just a great machine. Adventurer 5. Links in the description. Check it out. It's a great product, especially for those of you who are looking to get into 3D printing. And now we're going to change gears completely. So now we're going to switch to another product that we looked at because I love robots. So Nilda knows that I help her all the time cleaning the house.
By pushing a button. By
pushing a button, because I am the Tony Stark of cleaning homes. And you know that. And not only that, but you know what?
Jarvis?
I have the ability with the single push of a button to command not one, not two, not three, but up to 5. An army of robots that will mop, sweep, clean. Right?
I'm going to see and
I have them on multiple floors. And I have them in the basement. I have them in the garage. We have them everywhere. And Nilda says, "Can you help me?" And all I do is push a button.
It's so dumb.
So check this out. So let me go ahead and start this one up so you can see.
This one was working yesterday.
Yep, I had this guy going. So this guy right here is the Deebot T20. The first thing that you'll see there is that it mops your floor, it scrubs your floor, and I want you to look at our hardwood floors.
You can see another one.
You can see I have one. You can see 3 robots are there. So this one is going. No spots, super clean. The thing that sets this one apart from all the other robots that we have quite a bit, is that look how it's cleaning the floor. So I take care of the entrance to our home because all I got to do is push a button, and I have my army of robots that go ahead and clean. And the cool thing about this robot, and I'm going to pause this right here, is that it basically heats up the mops to a ridiculous temperature, and basically also air dries them. And I've been reviewing robots. It's for years. It's like,
years.
More than it's like been 10 years. It's like,
has it been 10
I'm trying to think about when the very first iRobot came out.
Go back and look at the videos.
Very first iRobot. We've been reviewing robots for a very, very long time, and they haven't been.
Our friends and family, thank you.
They haven't been as smart. So here's the thing that I do, and I actually have a shout out to Uncle Jesse. He just pinged me because he's looking for a robot for his house, and one of the things that I do with my robots is I combine 3D printing with my testing for my robots. So we have small Pomeranians. Everybody knows them. They're right now in the studio with us. Basically, we do the poop test. So I have 3D printed poop, and I put it on the floor, and then I have the robots see if they will take the poop or they avoid the poop. A lot of these robots, as a matter of fact, all the robots now have AI technology, and they're able to identify shoes, cables,
cups, anything
that's on the floor, even poop. Well, some of them can't. And let me ask you,
what?
How's the experience of when you get a robot that goes over poop? You've dealt with it. I haven't. It's like
I get the pleasure of cleaning it.
So how has it been when we have a robot with poop?
Not fun. Because you got to take everything apart.
Yeah.
You literally got to take everything apart.
Yeah. We're talking about.
And clean it.
We're talking about, I don't know, poop that becomes paste. It's pasty. It's like.
It hasn't happened a long time, but.
It's like mustard.
We're testing it. It was
it's bad. So we have to take the wheels. You have to take the rollers.
Pull it
out.
Have
to. It's like complete disassembly.
Yeah.
When you do something. So the robots now have the ability to identify poop and not go over it. The good ones do. So the way I test them is with 3D printed poop, and just make sure that it survives. So Deebot T20, link in the description. This thing basically I think that the dirt bin, as it collects dust, will not collect dust for up to 90 days.
Yeah.
All right, so what is Lee saying?
Yes, Ali's Christmas, it took months before we can use a hobby horse.
She agrees that should not be named. It's great. It's great to see the tech being used.
Nasty girls poop.
Yeah, nasty girls poop. It is nasty. So kid you not. So this robot, 90 days, you don't have to worry about the dustbin. Has self-emptying water. So basically takes the water, dumps the water, dirty water, and we have 4 Pomeranians that are constantly walking around, going outside, coming in. We take off our shoes, but our dogs don't.
Try playing them, but still.
Right? So our floors get dirty really fast. Plus our main entryway, that's where everybody comes in. Packages come in. That's where everything happens. The robots, they take care of it. This guy cleans, air dries. If you have a smelly mop, you have smelly floors.
True.
It's true, right? Even if you have a normal mop, if you ever mop your floor with a smelly mop, your floors are going to stink.
Yeah.
These never stink. Never stink. So absolutely check out the Deebot T20. Fantastic product. Link in the description as well. It's on Amazon. It's a great product. That was another product that we checked out.
But seriously, we do have way too many floor cleaners.
Too many robots?
Way too many.
I know. But they're like part of the family.
Your family.
They're like part of the family. They're like so nice.
About to give them up for adoption.
They are great. They are great. They do so much work.
See how fast.
And I'm telling you, I feel like George Jetson when I use my finger to make him go. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. So the next product I wanted to share with you is this is going to be for those of you who have a computer.
Look at what's your name. My parents' smelly mops. I need to get it for them.
Lady, no doubt, right? No joke. Smelly mops, smelly floor. I'm telling you, it's like, that's all I'll say. No judgment. No judgment.
We've gone through so many. We know exactly what you guys are.
Yeah. So I think I may know someone if you need a hookup for a robot. It's like
at a discount.
Yeah. So check this out. So this little guy here, we've been reviewing DockCase for a very long time. And DockCase has basically these mini hubs. What you're seeing right here is a mini hub that allows you to connect this to your Mac, to your PC. It will connect to your iPhone now with those of you who went up to Android or to the iPhone that has the USB-C port that the Androids have had forever. Now, all of a sudden, your iPhone can do so much more, and you don't need special adapters. So you can actually connect this to your iPhone 15, and it will display on a large screen.
That's
you
awesome.
can actually move files from your iPhone, Android phone onto this. This is a great little hub. I have several of these. I've actually reviewed these generation after generation, and they do a great job. Highly recommend if you're looking for something that you want to connect multiple USB devices, and you notice I'm connecting my phone to it. You'll be able to use this, and it's right now on Indiegogo, and it's ridiculously cheap. Now, I typically wouldn't recommend many things on Indiegogo because you never know if they go to market, but this company, DockCase, has been doing this for such a long time. Every product that I supported, every product that they have has come to market, so highly recommend this one as well. So make sure you check out DockCase if you're looking to be able to connect your PC. And I'm going to show you over here. So here, for example, I have a 37-inch LG screen with my MacBook Pro, and it just connects flawlessly, right? And I can transfer files. I can use it as an extended screen for my Mac or for my Windows device, or like I said, even any other device that has a USB video out. So there is a lot that you can do with this little device. It's a really cool device. And let's go ahead and switch back to, let me stop this. And we'll switch back to this other screen. Now, we have another product that we're going to go back to next. And the next one on our lineup, because there were so many products that we were reviewing.
Should have crammed it all in one.
Oh yeah, we have a lot to cover because we fell behind. And this one I actually have. I have it connected right here. It's charging my Mac. This is the Power Nova, right? This guy right here is a great battery charger. Let me turn it on. Let's see if I can show the display. I don't know if that will come up. but you'll notice the display right there. So this right now is charging my Mac. It has 71% power, and basically you can see the charging rate. The charging rate is 42 watts, 43 watts. So my Mac, I'll put it here at an angle, is basically sucking up 43 watts, and that's what you see on the other side. And then you can see that this battery is going to last 2.3 hours at the current rate. So the cool thing about this is if you are going to an amusement park, think about Disney, MGM Studio, think about
anywhere, even if you're like going to a pumpkin patch or something, you're gonna be out for hours.
Yep, and you want to be able to power your devices. I know this looks big when you see it in my hand. This thing can charge your Mac, can charge your iPad, can charge all different devices. It will tell you how much battery it has. It charges super fast. It's 140 watts of power comes out of this. I think it's 27,000 milliamp hours. It's fast charging. And the cool thing about it is that I found that all of the measurements that talk about watts power coming out of this are accurate. So in our video, you'll be able to see this. It's available on Indiegogo. And
another Indiegogo product, huh?
It's another Indiegogo product that is out there. Now, another product that we'll talk about, and this one is from Plantronics, right? These are earbuds. Put them right here so you guys can see them. Earbuds that have a USB-C connector. Now, the cool thing about this, and this is going to be for those of you who go to school from home, or work from home, or just want to have a great set of earbuds that can be connected to a PC and a phone at the same time, and using a physical connection as well as one other thing that this case has. You're going to notice that this case has some information on it. This case is one of the smartest earbud cases on the market. What you can do is, on a plane, when we go on a plane, have you noticed that it's very difficult for you to watch movies with Bluetooth headphones or earbuds on a plane?
Yes.
Especially if you want to watch, they're
off there on the screen.
On the screen, right? Because you have to plug it in, you need the cable. Well, this case right here, what this will do, and these are the Poly Voyager Free, I think 60 UC, and we have all the links again for this one right here. Basically, this has a USB-C connector. You see that USB-C connector right there? It has USB-C to audio out, and you connect it to the monitor on your plane, and then your earbuds. This becomes a transmitter, and your earbuds will pick up what's playing on the monitor. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And they're cool too. So let me take them out so you can see what they look like.
They got that Apple iPods.
Yeah, they do have the stems right here, right? They have noise canceling, right? They're a little bit on the they're a little bit on the expensive side. I'll just say that.
Plantronic's been around forever.
But they have been. Plantronics specializes in office products, but this does really well in both office settings as well as, I would say, home settings. It's a great product. Another thing, and you hear me talking about products. I've said this before. Typically, I refuse to put on video any product that doesn't really do well, because so many of my viewers watch the video and may just watch a couple minutes into it and they don't really see the actual full review. And unfortunately, they have purchased products that have not done well, even though at the very end of the video I say not a good product. So I tend to shy away from products, or I have products, and they'll know this. I have boxes and boxes of products that don't make it to video, or that I made the video and I never publish it.
That's true.
Right? And same thing has happened with 3D printers, right? I have one downstairs right now that you've asked me right by the laundry.
Yes.
Yes. You forgot about that one, right?
Yes. Sitting in my laundry room right now.
Where she said, "What are you gonna do with it?" And
it doesn't work. Did you do the review?
I tried to do the review, and the product was in such bad shape that I said, "No, I'm not gonna do this one. It wasn't good." So we're not going to even mention the brand, because I hope that they're going to be able to turn it around, and once it's ready, then I'll do it. But I refuse to put it online because of that. So that's a bad product. But we're going to talk about.
You're such an honest reviewer.
I try to be very honest. I have. Well, I'm not. It's not that I try to be. I am very honest. If not, I won't show it. So there's going to be another product, and this is a product that Nilda a brand that Nilda loves, and it's a brand that I love too. And I want to give the guys from Hisense a shout out because they are fantastic to work with. They are reputable. They're a reputable brand.
Okay, before you go into that, they have a question.
What's that?
How many hours does the headphones last?
Yeah, so they're going to last anywhere from about 4 to 6 hours per charge, right? But they have fast charging. So that's the one thing I'm not super excited about is the battery life. The battery life in these, because it all depends, it depends on usage because they have active noise canceling. If you disable active noise canceling, you're going to get better usage, especially when you use these at home. So for home use and for office use, and the nice thing I like about this, especially since I know that you work in a large corporation, there's no special drivers needed. So if you're using a corporate laptop and you plug this USB-C dongle, let me show you what it is. If you plug in that guy right there into your work machine, there's no special software, no special drivers needed. It just works. It just works. There's nothing that you have to do. And it depends on, again, if you have active noise canceling on or off. It depends if you're going to be using, when I say 4 to 6 hours, that is continuous, right? Continuous. So if you take them off or you're not on the call, then they'll last all day. I've used these a long time. Your AirPods only last 3 hours and you have to carry 2. Yeah, these have fast charging, so these do a little bit better. But I have some other earbuds that are going to be coming up to the first that do really well as well. So we'll go ahead and definitely share those as well. So another product that I want to share with you guys, and let's go ahead and do this share really quick, is this one right here. Let me switch the video modes for some reason. It's acting up on me.
Hisense.
And we'll go ahead and bring this one in. There it goes. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Hisense brought to us the PL1. And the PL1 will give you up to 120-inch home movie theater experience. I want you guys to take a look at what's going on here on the screen. On the left side, you see what it looks like in daylight. And you can see, this is a bright room, bright room. And then
those darkening shades.
Right, we don't have darkening shades because our projectors and our screen help out with this. But notice how the left, it's still viewable. But notice what happens on the right. And I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Now, this is a smart projector. It basically is sitting no more than, I think, 16 to 18 inches away from the wall. It's going to give you a 120-inch screen. It has Android TV built in, so there's nothing you need. It is loud. We're talking loud. Like, I couldn't raise it over 50% loud. And our living room is big, right? So it's spacious too. So this thing was more than loud. It also has Dolby Vision and Dolby Audio, right? So Atmos, Dolby Atmos, I think it's the way you say it, Atmos. I get yelled at all the time. Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, and it's like watching IMAX theater at home. That's how good it is. I'm going to fast forward.
Great projectors.
Yeah, and take a look at this. You'll see. I'm going to show you the projector. It's small too, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a side view right there. This is how many inches it is away from the wall. Now you see some cables hanging from my wall because I test a lot of products and I need to plug things in.
My patience.
Yeah, and I test Nilda's patience too. It's super quiet, it's just overall. If you're looking to upgrade or get, and I'm going to bring it over here so you can see, with the white noise coming from the house. Let's see, what was it? Back right there. White noise. It's around 44 decibels. It running and projecting on screen. You won't hear the fan. You're not going to be able to hear anything at all. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. We're not going to say the name of the video that you're going to see.
Oh, I would know.
Right? But I just want to show you what Dolby Vision looks like. And here we have, this is what Dolby Vision looks like. I'm going to move the mouse away so you guys can see a little bit of this. So if you have any content that you watch that is Dolby Vision, once you've watched it on a Dolby Vision capable device like this, you'll want to watch it all over again. You'll want to watch things over and over and over again. And again, this is a theater in a box. This is a laser TV. 25, I think it's about 25,000 hours of battery life or laser life. You'll never watch more TV than what this is capable of displaying.
I'm surprised.
It's 25,000 hours. It's a lot of hours. Great product.
Suits.
Great product. And I'll go back to my video tests. Take a look at how inky black these blacks look, and you'll see all the colors that are coming through on this projector. You enjoy Hisense. Talk about what your experience is.
I love the sound that comes out of it. I love the colors. I love that when I'm watching, I feel like I'm there. The best experience that I had was in Super Bowl. I was watching, and it literally just, just the colors, everything about it is just great. Just good viewing. I don't know what else to say. I just love it.
Yeah, 120-inch screen, guys. 120-inch screen. I just came back
watch a 65.
From Vegas, and I stood at the Cosmopolitan, and I was on the casino floor, and they had a wall of projectors. Oh, not projectors, a wall of TVs, because monitoring different events are happening. It's like just a giant wall, and they had all these, and I could walk up to it, and I could say, you know what, I have something like that at home. Mine looks better. It was just.
Maybe they need someone to recommend them.
Look at how great this looks.
Yeah, they do. It's quality.
It's a great product.
Yeah.
This, when you look at this,
and you
have
to appreciate in person.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And another product that I wanted to bring up, and this is another great sponsor of our channel, is Anker. Anker brought one of their new robots to our home. It's a great robot, and one of the things about this robot that sets it aside, because we do look at a lot of different robots, is, and I'm going to bring this up in a second, is that it basically has the ability, or it has detangling technologies. I think the best way I can put it. And the way this robot works is, as it's cleaning the floor, the actual head itself, if there's dog hair, cat hair, whatever type of hair, people hair, right, for that matter, because we shed too. If there's any kind of hair that basically gets released, the robot will basically not allow that hair to get caught up. So it's really about pet friendliness. And I'm going to show you the robot right now. It also mops. It doesn't have a scrubber, just like the other one that we saw. And I've put this in the super affordable area. It does have AI technology. It has a lot of cool stuff in there. It has like a crazy powerful suction when it comes to really sucking up any kind of debris and dirt that you may have. It is, again, for me, one of the biggest things about it is that it's super affordable. Take a look at it right here. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. It's called the Eufy X8 Pro. And I'm going to go ahead and bring you to one of the shortcuts right here. So this is what you see going on. If you have carpet, if you have hardwood floor, it is going to like suck it all up. And then also it does have a great filter, so you don't have to worry about it putting anything in the air. It also then has this detangling technology that we mentioned that's going to, look at it right here, dog hair, all this kind of stuff, you're not going to have any problems with this. And it is multi-surface, right? So it goes from carpet to hardwood floors to tile. And you notice how that little brush is in there. It's like cutting any of the strands. And then it's going to go back to the stocking station. And guess what? You don't have to touch the thing. You don't have to worry about cleaning anything.
No smelly mops.
Well, no smelly mops. And then more importantly, you don't have to worry about detangling. You've seen how times.
Yeah, we have to like take it out and.
Most vacuums will come like with this little detangler. It's like a little cutter, like an envelope opener. You just gotta do this.
Yeah, like, so much fun.
Not cool. Wow. I think we got through everything.
I've got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I think I just dropped something. I noticed that in a lot of the products that we have, and this whole week for some reason, AI has been popping up like crazy. Like it's everywhere in the news, everywhere. And then all of our products. So what What's your take on all that stuff in AI?
So I'm a fan.
Because a lot of people are not fans of it. That's
I'm a
the
fan.
reason.
I'm a fan of AI. I do think that AI is going to change the way we live. We did a podcast on AI.
Yeah.
Right? And I still stay, and I've been learning more about AI. I've actually been to several conferences on
Recently.
AI, and we have our own projects. We're doing our own project work. Both of my sons are developers, so we've been working on OpenAI, which is the ChatGPT tech. And what I'll say is that AI is going to be as impactful to society as any major development that has changed the way we communicate, the way we transport goods, the way we heal people. It's going to be that impactful because of how much it can contribute. But also AI can be very dangerous because
I was going to say people fear it.
Well, there's one thing, and I'd say there's two sides to AI. First of all, I like focusing on all the positives, all the things that the outcomes that can come out. I think there in everything in life there's a pro and a con. So think about it. When the printing machine was invented, it opened up literacy to a whole country, a whole world, right? Books weren't easy to get. Books were only for the wealthy.
Yeah.
And that meant also reading as well. When you think about encyclopedias, encyclopedias went online. Encyclopedias used to be something that you paid a lot of money for.
You had them, you were rich.
And if you had one at home, you were rich, right? And it was always updated. As soon as it was printed, it was updated. If you think about the airline industry, right, the ability to fly people from one part of the world to the other part of the world, it changed the way we socialize. If you think about something even before that, because it is technology, trains. Trains change the way you move goods from point A to point B, right?
Yeah.
It changed the economy. A lot of people think that Wall Street is the pulse of the nation when it comes to the economic value, but it's actually the trains that move goods from point A to point B, that make it to the grocery stores, that make it, that brings the fuel. Think about it. You see these piggy banks, you see all the stuff that's going on. So AI is going to be that impactful. And I know it changes kind of like the tone of this podcast.
I'm sorry. I just had to ask because I noticed
a little bit more serious about
products have AI built in.
But it has so much potential. But then also it could be used for fraud. So just as quickly as AI can answer a question, find an answer, make a recommendation in a medical situation, fraudsters have access to this, and fraudsters will use it to commit fraud. But that's how everything has been, right? Just like transportation has been taking, let's say a father, a daughter, a grandparent to see their child in another part of the world. Same transportation has been facilitating crime.
That's true.
Right? Same thing's been happening. So you're always going to have pros and cons of things. But I've been seeing technology smarter than ever before. I've seen simple things like the robots smarter, the printers smarter. Like I've seen like a leap, like incredible leap in 3D printing technology.
Just in months.
Yeah, and it's just exponential because of AI. So there's just a lot of cool stuff, guys.
Don't be afraid
of it. I'd say you'll never lose your job to AI, but you'll lose your job to someone who knows how to use it.
Ooh, you should write that on a t-shirt.
Unfortunately, that's not my quote, I don't think.
Oh, darn it.
But it's definitely something you can put on a mug, right? So make sure that you learn more about it.
On a cutting board.
So guys, lots of tech. I know we went through a lot to go through. We have much more. It's Techtober and Tech November. So we have bikes that we are under embargo. I have now some really cool furniture that we're reviewing as well. We have the DJI Osmo Gimbal 3 that we can't talk about that because that's come out. And I have a lot of audio products that we're going to be showcasing on the channel as well. So I think that we're going to be, if I can keep up with everything, we're going to be feature packed. And then we have, again, Women Who Laser podcast coming out that Nilda will be hosting. I'll be her co-host, supporting her. I'm going to talk about the lasers. Some of the brands that we'll talk about is Xtool. We'll talk about Monport. We're also going to talk about Snapmaker, who also does lasers, and we're going to have one of their updated lasers. So it's fiber lasers, it's CO2 lasers. It's going to be also, multi-purpose machines if you want to do lasers, 3D printing, and CNC. So there's a whole host of things that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to talk about how you can start a small business that's going to create financial independence.
Yes. Yes. Everybody loves that.
Everybody does. So
Everybody loves that.
yeah, just stick around, follow us, support us, click on those links, buy those products if you're interested. Every click matters, every like matters, every share matters. So I want to thank everybody for joining us this Sunday.
Yes.
If you're watching us on the replay, leave your comments in the description area. I would love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
Everybody have a great night.
Good night. Have a great week. See you next